Morning students, again we meet for the class. Today we will discuss about the production cycle. How the production cycle is performed in the operation management. It is the set of activities developed to transform a set of input elements that mean material, money, machinery into a specified set of output elements like finished products or services in proper quality and quantity to satisfy the customer need and satisfaction. Suppose take an example of making furniture. So the raw material that input is the material required, the money required, the machinery required, the labor required to finish that furniture. And after getting the output means the ultimate finished product. And that will give the customer has given the quantity that 1, 2, 3, 4, you need to finish that and hand over to the customer the best quality and the quantity that fulfill the customer needs and satisfaction. In production house, we need to take care of when we are making the product that can meet the customer need and satisfaction and fulfill the quality and the quantity customer require. When we make the furniture, like suppose take the table chair, that customer order one table, dining table and 4 chair. So you need to make that table and the 4 chair. That is the quantity and maintain the quality of that materials, the materials you are using, the proper finishing, and that final finishing product actually fulfill the customer needs and satisfaction. Now, about the production cycle. About the production cycle, we can see that the production cycle starts with the customer and ends up with satisfy the need of the customer. Why start with the customer and end with the customer? The customer actually give you the order. Based on order, the input you are giving and the process is going on, that through that process final product is coming and that given to delivered to the customer. That wise in a production cycle, the start with the customer and it is end with the customer. So the production cycle is a recurring set of business activities and related data processing operations associated with the manufacture of products. Here you can see in the production cycle that expenditure cycle and revenue cycle. Why expenditure? Because we purchase the requisition. We need the raw material. When a manufacturing sector, they produce the final product, they require the raw material. After this raw material that go to the process like machinery, then other machinery in a design, there is a design cut where it is coming the shape, then the final product is coming, then it is going to the packaging and going to the customer. You can see that pin. You can see that pin. Okay, it is the final product. Before that, it was not like this. This is the plastic is required, the other materials are required. Through the machinery, through the process is going, and then the final product comes. So the raw materials overheads required for the production cycle. Now for the revenue, when customer give you the order, based on the customer order, you purchase the raw materials, overheads, everything, and you make in the final goods. Then the sales forecast means customer giving you the money, return of the getting the product, and again they can give you the order to make the product. For that, you need the general ledger and reporting system, mean the cost of goods manufacturing. When we produce that final goods, how much cost is required in that particular cost, your plant, your land, your capital, your machinery, your labor, everything is counted. Means the fixed cost as well as variable cost, means other anything others is required or not, that when you making the product. Okay, Then the reporting, the manager, the management means the production house, the operation management, who actually looking care of the full process, that materials and everything, the materials quality, the charges, everything he need to create, make that report. Human resource, who provide you the labor. So when you need the labor, you give the requisition, I need 4 or 5 labor, they provide you the labor, human resource department, and that is the labor cost. Per labor, you need to pay them money. Clear? Now, come to the production cycle activities. 4 basic activities involved in the production cycle. That is production design, then product design, then planning and scheduling, then production operations, last is cost accounting. Already discussed in the previous slide about the production cycle, that the design to product designs means the raw materials, the overhead, the thing is required to make a product. That the product is need the customer give you the order to making a furniture. So furniture design, how it will be made, the design is product design is required. They need to make the proper planning and scheduling, doing the scheduling to finish the product on time. Then production operation is required, mean the process, the production is going on. Then the cost accounting means everything, the fixed cost, the variable cost, to make that final goods, the unfinished and undamaged goods, that all the amount you need to take in account. This is the model of the production cycle activities, where product design, planning and scheduling, production operations, and cost accounting is in. Now, next slide. General assumption. Data is persistent and backed up properly, means when you are producing the product, you need to properly keep all the data, that for your raw materials, how much raw materials incoming, that amount, then the machinery, the labor is coming, today maybe 4 or 5, tomorrow you need the 6, 7 labor, so 2 extra is coming, everything to complete that product. Secondly, the customer information. When you making that product, that is based on the customer order. So the customer giving you the information, that should be correct, complete information and reliable. When you customer giving an order to make a furniture, full furniture, you need the all order, that the color, the design you have shown, customer approved, the material you will use, that will be informed to the customer what customer looking for to make the final product, the order customer placed. Based on that, you need to make the product, and only the complete finished and undamaged, there will be no dispute in the product, that will be considered you as a finished good. That product need to be delivered to the customers to fulfill the customer needs as well as the customer satisfaction. Now the product design. First step is product design. In a product design, that's meeting the customer requirements for quality, durability, and functionality. When we purchase a product, if we make a bed, if we make a chair table or sofa come bed, and anything we furniture, take the examples of the furniture we make, we definitely look into the quality, the durability and functionality, like how long it will be go, and it is properly when we open the internal storage to keep all the things, that storage uh, things will be proper or not. Okay, the finishing will be proper, and to minimize the production cost. What the customer is giving you the order, you ask the prices. You when you making the product and customer, if you ask the customer, so I'm using this and now the materials cost is high and all, you need to pay me more than, then the customer will again the second time he will think to give you the order. So when you are taking that order for all information, everything, the cost, everything, you need to decide when we are or giving the order to make the furniture. So you need to keep in mind that we need to minimize the production cost. So we also get the profit, as well as we can give the customer good quality, durability, and functionality of the product properly. That the second time customer will again give us the order. Means the post purchase satisfaction is Very much important. Bill of the materials. When the materials is come, including the part number and description and quantity, how much quantity is coming, you need to keep all the records. And the operation list means including the equipment is required, the amount of time is required, then the step by step, when the raw materials come, the first step in the raw material, then the second, third, each and every steps details and the equipment required, you need to take proper record, as well as to finish that product, the time requirement to produce one product, how much time you have taken, that you need to keep in a record. Based on that, this is the model. Based on that, the planning and scheduling actually happen. This is the design of the modeling where the customer give you the requirement, then you go for the design procedure criteria, make the product. If the satisfaction in happen, you deliver the product to the customer. If there will be any default, the customer is not satisfied, then again you need to go for the design flows and check the proper, that anything dispute in the design or any quality or any finishing. Main thing is the product, when we go input to the output, last stage it is the finishing process. So in a finishing process there is any fault, so you need to go in that particular process, again done that and hand over the customer only the complete and undamaged product. So it is the responsibility to care the database by the authority, who is the like operation manager or the production manager, who is taking care. He need to take care of it properly. Planning and scheduling. The objective of the planning and scheduling activity to develop a production plan that is efficient enough to meet existing order. That you need to make a plan. Say about the automobile industry, the car manufacturing, making the car. So based on the existing order, like when we book a car, then and then we are not getting that car. Okay, they say that sir, it will be take 15 days, 1 month time to come from the manufacturing. So based on that, you need to give the order to the manufacturer, and they make to the plan that in how many times, the proper times, they make that car and hand over to the customers. So what they do from the raw materials, taking in respect to the inputs and the outputs, two main things, the input and the output, means the from the input of the raw materials to the finishing goods. Short-term demand will minimize the inventories. Like when we are getting the short-term any order to deliver the product to the customer, that inventory minimize our inventory. So we need to give importance of that in a short term, how we produce more product and deliver to the customer. So we get generate production, or we get more order from the customer. Two common things, one is manufacturing resource planning and another lean manufacturing. Okay, this is the two things that we need to take in account to planning and scheduling about the production cycle, from the input, from the output of the final product, and delivered to the customer to fulfill his need and satisfaction. Okay. Use of the information means the raw material you need, the labor you need, then the materials is coming, the barcode of the materials that give you the speed and accuracy, that when the barcode is there, by the barcode, when we making the product, through this barcode we can understand that the materials is available with us or not, we need to order it or not for to fulfill our demand. This is the model where a company do this planning and scheduling based on the forecast and lean, where the current inventory they have, required inventory they need to plan, and then they go for the purchase. That this raw materials is required for us to make the product and finish it on time. So the production, the operation manager need to make this inventory, keep in record and give the order based on that before the current inventory will finish, our required inventory will come up and fulfill our needs. Production operation. Production operation vary greatly across the companies. Depending on the types of product and the degree of automation, means it is totally depend upon the production of manufacturing the company. System first check inventory on hand of for sufficient. First we need to check the inventory we have sufficient to make that product on time. So it is about the production operation. Production operation means the raw materials are we are getting the order. We actually getting the order. Based on that order, we need to check first our inventory, sufficient inventory we have or not. That the raw materials, the machinery, the labor need to produce that product we have or not. Based on that, we need to go for the production. If we require the labor will go for the overtime or any temporarily we help it, like for contract basis we hire the labor and finish the order on time. Raw material used, labor hours expended means the how many hours the labor is working. Then the machine operation is properly performed or not. Then other manufacturing overhead cost incurred in that particular producing or not. You need to keep all the record. This is the model where you need to check the material inventory we have in hand, how many material we required, then the raw material use, how many raw material required and how many raw material may be damaged that cannot be used. Based on that, we need to go for the purchase. Cost accounting. The objective of cost accounting are to provide information for planning, controlling, and evaluating the performance of production operations. To provide accurate cost data about products for using pricing and product mix decision. Means using in pricing means what price you will be fixed for the final product. So I initially told you that the fixed cost and variable cost is very much important. When we produce the product, the raw material cost, the labor cost, the machinery cost, the plant cost, capital, everything involved to produce our final product. Like this pen, if the pen is produced, the production cost per unit is 8 rupees. So you need to fix the price that it will be 9 rupees or 10 rupees it will be set. And not only the unit, per unit you have to average how many pen is coming through the process, that also need into the account. Two types of cost accounting system is there. One is job order costing, another is process costing. The accounting for the fixed assets, information like property, where you have the plant, then the equipment used for this in the production cycle. These assets represent a significant portion of the total assets for many companies and need to be monitored as an investment. This is actually the investment. It is actually monitored as an investment. We are investing, the company is investing. Then the equipment used, this plant is used to produce the product. Then the customer give you order. You are making this order. You are going through this production cycle. So it is the used. This is we need to monitor. A system can be used for a job order or the process costing system where the raw materials, the direct labor who was involved to make that product, machinery or equipment we are using to produce the product, then the manufacturing other overheads included. So does not affect the how data are collected and does affect how costs are assigned to products. How much cost is initially assigned to make a product, you need to take this in account. Based on that, you need to go for the production. And only I am telling you that the only complete and finished product will be delivered to the customer to fulfill the customer needs and the satisfaction. This is the business rule. This is the model, that how input the order is created. Then they go for the job order process, the processing going, how many raw materials we have. We need to check our inventory, that the inventory we required we have sufficient or not. Then we go move to the process. In this process, the production operation process is required. Planning, proper planning and scheduling is required. You need to make the product plan, how we will, and on time we will finish the product and we hand over to the customer. Minimize that. You need to improve the quality, durability and the functionability, but minimize the production cost. You cannot compromise in the quality. So based on that, you need to check all the process, and final goods you need to hand over to the customer. And that customer needs and satisfaction, the company actually fulfill. Thank you so much. So today we will learn about the production cycle. Next day we will definitely learn about the production plan and layout, how they make this plan and layout, which is help us to the produce of goods or services from the input, from the to output. Thank you so much.